Hey everyone! Hola, aloha, ciao, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yagamasma. Здравствуйте, привет, bunna, dzień dobry, sziasztok, hello. Sincha, yobosio teres, salam alaikum, saskaka, marhaban, merhaba for the newbies. My name is Brunel. For you guys who are not newbies, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. So, a new day, a new foundation in town. Yes, I love new foundations. So, this one, keeping it French, that is. And by the way, while my face is messy, I'll explain that in a moment. This one, the Teint Idole Ultra Nude, or should I say in English? Teint Idole Ultra Wear Nude. All right, love. Yeah. So this one comes in 40 shades. Really good range. And just give you the information about it. Really, it says claims to be light coverage up to 24 hours wear. You're not going to get that from me. Natural matte finish. Skin feels like it can breathe. Minimises pore appearance. Water resistant, sweat resistant with an SPF of 19. Good. Get protection to protect the skin. Let's see whatever the description of the foundation from the Lancome website itself. It says, with Teint Idole Ultra Wear Nude, long wear meets weightlessness for a no makeup look. Teint Idole Ultra Wear Nude provides a matte finish that lasts for up to 24 hours. So with a light second skin coverage with and SPF 19, this weightless foundation glides on for a smooth matte finish that lasts all day and helps keep shine away. Available in 40 shades, Teint Idole Ultra Wear Nude comes in an easy to carry bottle. Okay, so the easy to carry bottle is here. Look at that. You look at it and you think, that is tiny, that's small, woo. But actually in here apparently there is 40 ml. That's my bell going. Wait there, just a second. This is it. I will shade match. Your girl got shade match to her neck because it's best that I do that. Forget my hands and face, it doesn't work. So I was sensible. I've got number 10 praline. That's the one that actually ended up matching me, and which is a good thing, because had I bought it online, I was looking between number 12 and number 13.3, and there were probably about 4 or 5 shades in there, so I clearly would have ended up with the wrong shade. I would have been probably about 3 shades too dark. So anyway, so this is the bottle. It is actually very compact. And I know it does look light here, but I'll go by my neck, and as you can see, my face is at least twice darker than everywhere else. So so that's why I'll go for matching my neck rather than my chest area. So hopefully it will go in and it'll work out really well. Just trying to open it now. Oh my gosh. So do we pull? Do we you twist? Right, so you twist it. Hasn't got a pump as such, but you actually squeeze the bottle. So I'm going to go for this, and we are going to get started. I'm using an NYX brush number 22, and I'm just Runny. Okay, this is Runny on my face as primer. I've got 2 primers. I've got the NYX Can't Stop all over, and then I've got a little bit of the Becca Evermatte Poreless primer just around my nose and my cheek areas, and that's it. All right, so this is gonna look like, so first of all, oh my god, so let's go. I'm gonna stipple it in. This is looking very yellow, but I think it will settle in. Yeah, it is a kind of like a soft matte. It's not matte, dry your face out. Very light coverage. I decided to go for a brush rather than a sponge first, because I'm a sponge person, but the sponge tends to take away some of the product. Actually, color wise, that's not bad. I've had worse, as you guys know. Right, so this is the first layer with just the brush itself. It dries matte, but it's a really nice soft matte. It is definitely skin-like, but I can still see kind of demarcations or you know, pigmentation underneath the skin, that is okay, because this is a very light foundation, and that's what it's claimed to be anyway, so it is no surprise at all. Yeah, and if I really like how it kind of goes into the skin and becomes one and comes really natural base, a really natural kind of matte, nothing too matte and too heavy. It's not too bad when it comes to the pores themselves. I mean, they're not massively minimized, but at the end of the day, when you have super oily skin, which is the kind of skin that I have, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, you're going to have large pores anyway, so I can't really blame that on the foundation. They're not massive. It has made a slight difference, but I would like it to be much smoother. So I'm going to go over with another layer with the sponge, because for me, I'm a sponge person. I find that I can get that kind of airbrush kind of finish, but this is a very runny consistency. It doesn't take much at all to get it out. So I'm going to go over that with the sponge and see what the results are. So you can see my skin underneath and all that. Let's see if it disappears after this. Alrighty, it is now 12:15 at the top here, so I'm gonna go and do the rest of my face to see how it reacts with other products. But so far it is a lovely kind of matte skin-like finish. I can still see, even with second layer, I feel as if I can see parts of my skin, but actually that's actually what the intention of the foundation was in the first place. So I'm really happy with that, and I love the kind of the soft matte kind of look on the face so far. Hopefully yeah, see you back in a mo. Good evening. The time now is 19:35. Hopefully you can see it. So I think we've had this on now. Well, I've had this on now for around 7 hours, or just over 7 hours. I have to apologize first of all, because now you're seeing me in the evening. I did record a makeup finished look without the the oily fest. I also then did an update around the 5-hour mark. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that when I was playing with my camera, I'd moved my settings from my manual settings, which are already preset and everything, to another setting. And when I then started uploading some of the footage onto my computer, so I can start editing and cut down on the time, and then leave it to the last bit, it was awful. I mean, it was so whitewashed, it was completely terrible. You couldn't see anything. So that's why you've gone from me applying the foundation to suddenly in the evening, and it's missed a few bits in the middle. So anyway, you saw the beginning of it, and you saw the application, and you saw the time at which it started, which I think was 12:15 when I finished putting the foundation on. To set it all out, I did the concealer as usual, LA Girl concealer in I think it was chestnut, and then I set it with the flower something powder from Beauty Bakery underneath. I didn't do a contour. I actually just did kind of use a bronzer, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in amber, I think it is. And yeah, and that was it. And I used MAC's mineralized skin finish in dark deep, I believe, and just dusted that over my face, and that was it to set everything. And I do that with everything, all the different foundations I use anyway. To update you, when I came around the 5-hour mark, there actually wasn't really what I would call shine. There wasn't really any oil on my nose at all. There was a little bit of sheen all over my face, which would probably pass for a glow as far as I'm concerned, especially as an oily as hell person. I would pass that as actually glow, which was really, really impressive. I was expecting my nose to be really shiny, put an egg here, reflection, pa, and close your eyes and ow, you're hurting me kind of thing. But no, it wasn't like that at all. The shine was more around this area, which you can see. And you guys have seen me wear foundation before, and I am sure you've seen a lot worse. Honestly, got to be able to remind you that I've got a ring light here, which is set on the lowest setting you can possibly get, but I've also got 2 soft boxes on either side. So obviously when it comes through and you then got shine on my face and then it reflects, it looks a lot worse than it is. You're going to see more shine here, but that's because also I use highlighter, so that's going to have an effect. But I'm telling you, this is actually amazingly good. I mean, I've got the shine here, but yeah, It hasn't separated fully, but I can see there is a little bit of graininess. Forget here. I don't ask how the lipstick from here ended up in. So it hasn't separated. This area underneath my eyes is dry as anything, but that's the norm. I never get shiny underneath there. Normally I get super oily around this area, so I can see the shine here. But here there's just a light sheen where I would then dust it off, and it probably should be okay. Normally I will also get a little bit maybe of separation around here, but that hasn't happened. Along here it's actually surprisingly still matte. I'm very surprised. My jawline here as well is also matte, so it's mainly main areas where the shine here, where I've also got highlighter, so it's a lot more emphasized. Honestly, would I recommend this foundation? Absolutely, I would. And this will be perfect for someone who has got skin tone that's actually even with no kind of hyperpigmentation or anything like that. This will be a beautiful foundation to have if you, you know, if you've got kind of like a combination skin or normal skin. This is brilliant because the matte, although it's matte, it is a really soft matte that makes you feel really comfortable. Even now, it really feels, my skin feels really, really light. It has not felt heavy at all. The only place where I can feel a little bit of a, there's something, but is my nose. But that is the area that's usually the worst for every single foundation I ever wear. So I would say this is a really lovely foundation. Even if you are super, super oily and you can play with it and set it, you should be happy with this, or I hope you are happy with it, because I am really happy with this. I'm definitely keeping it. And I'm actually really happy with the foundation shade that I chose, which surprisingly was, as I said earlier, 10 Praline. Word of advice, I wouldn't recommend that you buy this online without actually, you know, just online. I would advise you to go in store and be shade match, because I had conflicting information from different staff members from different places. One person said to me I needed to go in person to how to be shade match because it wasn't actually running currently with the previous one, you know, Teint Idole foundation. You couldn't go by that. The other person told me, they go exactly the same. And then she then told me there were only two undertones, which would be the yellow undertone and red undertone. That was it, because on the website, by the way, it doesn't give you any information about the undertones at all. Believe me, I've already complained about that. That should be in it, but it's not included in it at all. So I would advise you personally, when I saw it online on the swatches on the arms, I thought it was going to be anything from 12 until 13.3, which would have included about 4 different shades. Luckily for me, I didn't buy those online, because having been shade matched with my neck, it ended up being number 10. So that tells you a massive difference, and I was actually going towards the 13.2 mark, so that would have been a massive difference. So I would say go in store, be shade match. Don't assume that they're the same as the Teint Idole shade range, but it is a beautifully lovely matte foundation for somebody super oily like me. At some point today, temperature in the car was at 17.5 degrees, and then on average it was actually 14 degrees today. So for a super oily person, 14 degrees, yes, I would definitely go oily. And by the way, I didn't do any of the oily girl hacks as well. No, you know, powder before foundation, powder and all the other stuff. I didn't do any of that. And I also have not touched my face. I've not powdered. I've not used a brush. I've not used anything. I have not touched my face at all for 7 hours. And for super oily, this is the result. What can I say? Go ahead and buy it. Definitely approved. I am happy with this, baby, and it is super light. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't already, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch. And obviously, do share. You are free to share the video with anybody else, and watch away. Thank you, and bye.